Hello everyone, welcome to the third place match. I am here with Phantom Operator, hello.
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me here.
Of course, and level sound good, brilliant. Alright, we've had a bit of issues with getting the lobby up, but everything seems to be good now. I think we're just waiting for Sogs' 5th and then we should be good to start.
Fantastic. This should be exciting. I haven't seen a good amount of onward action in a while, to be honest, so I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it's going to be good to get back into it. And what an objective to start on as well, easily the best. One of the best on Snow Peak.
Yeah, this can be a spicy one for sure. Periscope OBG in those tunnels. It can definitely be Volk-sided if you hold it properly, but if Marsok get the right spawn and decide to brute force this or use their utility well, you never know. So it can go either way for sure. Nothing set in stone.
Agreed. What do you think of Killbox objective? Do you think that's better or worse?
We have some different callouts here. Where are you referring to when you say killbox?
The massive warehouse.
The one in the north or
Yeah.
the one in the... I see. That's an interesting one. I mean, it really depends on the other team's setup, right? They can be... If the Volk is relatively passive, then in those situations, Marcel can surround the OBJ. It can be a relatively calm, stable round. But if Volk decide to like spice it up and try and take center control and push up the north, then it can get quite hectic. But it's one of those OBJs you want to be coordinating on as Marsoc. You need to get those refrags in.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, if you do a disjointed attack and people push before everyone's ready, then it's just quite easy for the defenders to pick them off.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, having a look at who's playing today. So we've got... Who have we got? We've got Sogs' team and Chris's team. Looking at both of the rosters here, we've got on Sogs' side, we've got Sogs himself. We've got Nova stepping in, I believe, as a reservist. We've got Voids. We've got Antics. We've got Embo. On the other side, we've got God of Shinobi, Nolo, Timur44, Estarv, and White Knight.
It's a very strong roster on both teams, actually.
Yeah, some familiar names for sure. Some of these guys recently playing even in the EU finals. Shinobi, Sogs themselves. Will be interesting. Oh, Embo as well, not to miss him.
Looking at teams, so looking at past matches, it seems in the last two showdowns, I think Sox won the first one and then Kris won the second one.
Yeah, that caught my attention. We've got a 50-50 win rate here in this game. So it could really go either way.
Yeah.
I'm expecting some close games, especially given that this is a best of 5, right, Special?
Yeah, we're going to be here a while.
Yeah, we'll have to see. It really depends on the teams, though. Sometimes you'll find one team style of play is really good at countering another's, and they can just sort of steamroll. But sometimes you'll find the games go straight down to the wire, and you get those 4-3, 4-3 score lines. If that's the case, then yeah, you might want to have some drinks prepared or some snacks or something.
And battery packs, because you don't want to be dying off halfway through.
Oh yeah, for sure. From the player's perspective, that makes sense.
I wonder how not having the captain is going to change the dynamic on Kris's team.
Yeah, that's an interesting one for sure. I mean, this is the reason co-captains usually exist. Hopefully they can keep things going. Some teams will have good dynamics where the captain themselves don't play that big of a role. They just are there usually to support and organize, and the team can manage strategy and coordination themselves. So it really depends on the specific team, to be honest. But
yeah,
if it starts to go badly for them, then maybe the excuse Kris wasn't here might start to ring out. You never know.
It's definitely true. Oh, any day now.
Cool. So we've got Sogs' side starting on Marsok. Kris's team is going to have the Volk advantage. We'll have to see if they can actually capitalize on it. And there goes the round timer. Okay, so Sogs' team getting the, not the quick spawn, but the south spawn, which is not terrible.
It's the worst one, let's be honest.
Yeah, they're not on the. Yeah, they could have gotten the hospital spawn. What do we call it? Hospital.
Hospital.
Not hospital. That's quarantine. My bad. The call it warehouse, whatever you want to. The south warehouse, garage.
That's quick spawn. Okay.
Alright, so Timmy and White Knight going over to the snow mound. Gonna check the quick spawn. Not gonna see anyone though. Voids might come and deal with them soon though. Shinobi going very slow, moving towards Horseshoe.
Yeah, we're seeing a 3-1-1 split here with Antics Nova and Embo going towards the south horseshoe. In the meantime, we have Voids going into that south warehouse and Sogs now with his teammate and Embo heading towards the north side of the horseshoe. They're going for the map control here by the seams of it, splitting around all the areas.
Interesting from Shinobi here. Do you think he's gonna wait for Antics and Nova to get comfortable and then swing out?
Yeah, Shinobi known for these sorts of plays.
Oh! Sorry to interrupt. What a trade! Timmy was pre-firing. Voids ran into the pre-fire, but exploded Timmy.
Good for revive. Good for revive.
Wow, but the revive seems to be coming out. Oh, or maybe not.
Oh, what a drop shot!
Incredible play. That was very important there. Critical moment to be honest.
Nova steal their teammate's kill.
Oh, you want to confirm your kill? Hi, Timmy.
No, they won't.
Oh.
Hey, hey,
Oh, yeah. Shinobi swings out. Gets Antics.
Yeah, Shinobi loves these flank plays. That's what he is successful at, so I'm not surprised he's going for it again here today.
Needs to be careful though. Sogs and Embo pushing from the north. Right now, Shinobi can't really do all that much.
Probably more.
Yeah, S-Dove has got a lot on the line here. He could get refragged.
Oh, gets
here
Embo.
by Sogs.
Oh,
What
it
a
gets
nade.
downed.
Great refrag here.
Smokes out from Voids. Flash out gets Nolo. Lovely counter flash. Gets both of them.
And the counter flash.
Please tell me
and
that's another flash.
And a third one. And a fourth one. Oh my.
I think that was 5 flashes. No, Nova's just peeking out.
Nice pints coming in here. Nice pincer movement from this team. Sogs on one side, these two on the other side. The C4 is unsuccessful. Nolo gets
Oh, no,
two.
gets 2!
Fantastic pick here.
It's all down
This
to
might
Sogs.
be it. This might be the decider. Sogs is going to have to push through the smoke. Shinobi's on his case here right now. In the middle, using the smoke as cover himself.
Oh!
Piece of utility.
Sogs definitely heard that.
Sogs taking his time here. That's going to give Nolo the time to readjust and take control of the objective again. Nolo's got a power position, looking through the gap in those Heskos. That's going to make it very difficult for Sogs, and I presume he's used both of his util here with the smokes coming out. Not going to be easy.
Still there. He's behind Scarlet.
Guess to confirm. They can both see each other, I think. Or if not, it's going to be close.
Well, Shinobi called out Nolo, and I think Sogs will anticipate this, so it's going to be interesting. But Nolo doesn't have to move. Sogs is the one that has to come to him.
Sogs has a flash.
That could make the difference, but if you look in front of Sogs, it's very difficult to get that flash over with all the obstacles in the way. Oh, he's going prone. This might be smart, actually. It might avoid Nolo's visibility, because Nolo may not be able to see through the Heskos, because Sogs is below his line of sight. This might work.
Can't quite get the angle, but yeah, I mean, unless Nolo... Oh, no, I think you're right. I don't think Nolo will be able to see Sogs. Oh, no, they haven't.
Sogs better hold his breath. Any noise and it's over for him.
I have the urge to play the Mission Impossible theme, but I won't, because we have already been copyright striked.
Wow, right down to the wire, hey, for the first round. 1 minute 46 seconds on the clock. These two edging closer to each other. Oh my.
Is he going to go for the flash? Oh, Nolo sees him, I think. Yeah, Nolo sees him! Oh, I guess the swing! Oh, if only he'd stayed down.
That was fantastic timing from Nolo there, right? As the flash came out, noticed the flash was coming out, pushed round and pre-fired as they got flashed. Fantastic.
Yeah, any longer, and I think Sogs would have taken that with ease. But the thing is, I don't think Sogs knew exactly where Nolo was.
Yeah, possibly not, you're right. I mean, he had the right flash, but at the same time, maybe he would have just swung if he knew he was there, so you may be right.
What a clutch from Nolo though. Getting the two, completely shutting down the south push, even with the 5 flashes.
Yeah, that was quite ridiculous.
And both teams just waited until the flashes went out.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
then-
what can you do? You could
Yeah.
run forwards. It might be a bit hectic, but yeah.
What's interesting, if they had just ran straight through the flash, who knows what would have happened?
Yeah, that ends up for some really interesting situations.
The only thing we're taking
Moving
is the
in
win.
to round 2. Ooh, and Kris' team get a quick spawn.
Or either horseshoe.
Yeah, this one can be exciting, especially if Marsog or Chris's team runs into the horseshoe
I think they
and
are.
they can catch Volk.
Yeah, but Volk can catch them as well.
Mm-hmm.
I see. We're gonna. I think Antics is going for it. He's gonna have to deal with 3.
Chris's team making the right choice here to pincer from both sides. If one of these players go down, I mean, in an ideal situation, White Knight gets taken out by Antics, giving him some time to rotate off here. But, you know, if that pincer comes round from Tima and God of Shinobi and they coordinate this with White Knight, that could be it for Antics, and they could get a clean refrag here, which will really start to open their way towards objective.
Yep. I wonder if White Knight is gonna go very slow here, because it's basically what. Oh, Antics has heard him. Flash goes out. Oh! Beautiful from White Knight.
Ah, the way Bumberclot HG fragged me.
I'm not sure how the C4 didn't get blown up.
Ah, there's C4 out. I didn't even see that.
Oh, he must
see the clacker.
Yeah, he must have plot armor. Oh, Timmy's stealing the kill. Oh, North has been seen. Frag goes out, but Embo doesn't get downed. Pre-fire, and Skylar wins the pre-fire. Oh, Timmy down.
Fantastic,
The
203.
voids. Yeah, that's both HE frags used perfectly.
That completely opens up the horseshoe entrance to objective here. And the North, 2 players are diving straight through. Nova now
Lovely
moving
push from
in to try and
Shinobi.
move north.
Flash out in the north, gets both, but Nova doesn't push off of it. Smoke out on
F-dub
objective.
is set. Sogs is going to have to do some work here. Watching objective.
Gonna cook too long. Nova traded.
Trade.
That's the north gone.
Advantage.
It's all down to Sogs.
Advantage. Sogs is going to have to pull off a 1v4 here. Estov moving into the objective. The utility comes up. Objective is
Oh, Sogs gets
completely
flashed.
smoked out.
And they go for the kill. Nolo actually got the kill from the north. It's a nice pick, actually. Must have pre-fired through the smoke. Shame they didn't go for the cap, though. Oh. Oh, we're getting treated today. Kill box
Into that north
objective.
bunker.
2 up for
Yeah.
Kris, though. That's two. Well, first round could have gone either way. I think we can both agree. But that second round, it was all Kris's team.
Yeah, absolutely. If we did break that down a little bit more, that 203 in the horseshoe was pivotal when they
Agreed.
opened up the horseshoe and then got the second 203 onto Voids, who was inside the periscope tunnels. That really opened up the objective, which allowed them to smoke the cap. And at the same time, we had that coordination coming from the north, and they completely pincered onto the objective. Sogs there couldn't do much by himself in a 1v4 situation. It was really well executed by Kris's side, and they're 2-0 up now.
Yep. I mean, Sogs did quite well to die pretty much, to not get capped on. But I reckon this is the trouble with these kind of tournaments. You don't quite have the same coordination you would have as if you had a team that could, you know, scrim 3 times a week.
Yeah, absolutely. These teams, they don't play that much together compared to what they would in VRML, right? Those guys have been playing in VRML teams for ages where their chemistry forges.
Ooh, sound spawn.
Oh, giggity, look at the code. That was not
Yeah, Sogs' team getting the south spawn, they've got quite a journey to make, but nonetheless, if they push up this periscope, they could wrap
don't.
around towards
They're
the
not-
objective.
They're ignoring the tunnels completely.
We might as well just play a 4v4. Just kick this guy out of here.
Interesting decision.
Yeah.
I can understand the decision making behind that. Sometimes players can hide in the periscope and get a lot of picks, but if you push it with numbers, you can get the refrags and push through the periscope quickly.
Looks like Shinobi's going horseshoe again. If he pushes out to the exit of horseshoe, he might be able to get quite a few, but I don't think he will yet.
Shinobi playing a classic Volk lurk position. One of my favorites myself. I love to play here in League. It's a good place. Plenty of audio. You can hear people coming through the periscope. You can hear people entering the horseshoe, so Shinobi can play this off audio. You see that C4 on his chest right there. He's ready to toss that thing if anyone gets close.
Yeah, I love explosives on this objective. It's very much decided by the C4s and RPGs that everyone brings.
Yes, that does bring quite a few memories, Special. You are definitely the C4 man.
Oh no, I'm not talking about the C4, I'm talking about the RPG. Do you not bring an RPG on this one? Oh man, you're missing out.
Nah, I mean, Imperial, you know Imperial, we're quite
Nerds.
strategy. Yeah, I mean, that's one way to put it, right? When have you seen one of us roll an RPG?
No,
It must
but
be like an
it
alternate
works.
reality.
It works. It always works. I always get 2 kills at least.
I'm sure, especially CQB, yeah, you could demolish a bunch of people.
Alright, moving back to the game. Very strong central push, and Shinobi's slowly making his way to the south of Horseshoe. He's missed them though, but in maybe a minute or two, he can swing round the back, and if they're not ready for him, that's an easy 2 or 3k.
Yeah, we're seeing a 3-2 split here from Sogs' team. 3 of the players opting to take that northwest entrance or the north horseshoe entrance, while we have 2 players coming in from the north. Yeah, Shinobi's going to hear these utilities coming out. You notice the rotation coming around immediately, but no, the Master team is pushing back off. That's going to confuse Shinobi here, and they're going back round.
Yeah, they're going to focus on the outside. They're going to have to deal with Skylar, also known as S-Dove, who's waiting on the outside. Fairly common position, though. I feel like this is almost certainly going to get some utility action on it. Yep, there it goes. Bit too...
Fortunately, too high.
Oh, they weren't aiming for Skylar's position. That is a common position on the mountain there. Smoke goes out. If he has utility, he can get 2 of them here. Peeks out. Oh! Oh, downs one, but gets downed himself. Lovely peek from Sogs there.
Fantastic coordination coming alive there. Sogs pincering around
look at
just at the
Shinobi.
last moment.
Shinobi flanking around the north. If he plays his cards right, he can get quite a few kills here.
Yeah, let's see how prepared Sogs' team for this. This is a common flank, usually. It can happen late in the round. This is Embo's duty here to try and stop it. They are focused
C4
on
down.
Nolo.
Embo gets
pick.
Nolo. They don't hear Shinobi. He might be able to get 2 here. Sogs goes in at the right time.
They're breaching into the objective now. Sogs is already inside. Antix is inside. Voids has moved in as well. And
Oh,
that's it.
Nova gets Shinobi.
Fantastic execution coming in through those doors.
Yeah, but Antix is not happy.
Well, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, I mean, that's the second time in a row a team could have capped, but just didn't. And again, I'm pretty sure that is just due to, you know, slight lack of chemistry. Although, to be fair, at this stage in the tournament, seeing as this is the last match, this is about as good chemistry-wise as they're going to get.
Yeah, it was interesting, and to be honest, it's not too bad at all. Looking at that split, we had a 2-3 split, like I mentioned. 3 of those players came in through that west side entry, 2 players came in through the north, and that execution was relatively synced. I mean, the west side went in slightly before the north, but the pivotal point was Sogs managed to get in before Shinobi was able to push around that mound.
I mean, yeah, the timing was perfect.
Absolutely, and Embo managed to take 1 player out. That was a very difficult shot that he shot through that north door in between the Heskos. He got a nice headshot, and that was enough to secure the round.
And also, they gambled correctly by going outside. Oh!
An early line on some of these guys.
Ice Lake spawn. This is going to be good. Now, I wonder if we're going to see the same push, focusing on the west and north entrance.
This is a fantastic spawn for Kris's team. They should take advantage of the early lines they have. If they push up towards that northern sniper tower, they can stop a lot of the early pushes that come out from Volk. And
instantly
they may be able to
Shinobi,
catch some players. Yeah, perfect. Teamer and Shinobi dialing in the 2 possible extension positions.
Nova, oh, doesn't peek it. Sogs going very heavy into Horseshoe.
Yeah, Nova is getting impatient here, moving forwards. We might see some contact here shortly. Possibly. Or I stand corrected, Nova goes back.
Yeah, I reckon it's going to be quite slow. Ooh. White Knight and Sogs might come into contact soon, but that's going to take a minute.
Yeah, we're seeing a 4-1 split here. 4 players opting to take the north, and 1 player by themselves going into the horseshoe where there is a defender waiting for them.
This is the most autistic defense on the objective. Probably shouldn't say that, but
Yeah, it seems to be a lot of roaming, but hey, there's 4 minutes 50 seconds. Those players usually wait around for a long period of time, right? They could be singing, they could be dancing, it doesn't matter what they're doing, quite frankly.
C4 above the west entrance.
Yeah, that might come in useful.
Wonder where the other one is.
Fucking help you.
Void says the clacker.
Nova going for that peek again. S-Dove might get spotted, but no, S-Dove gets the pick onto Nova.
That's huge.
That's going to open up the north.
Yep. That's the entire north taken now. Oh, and where's...
And try and get the people west in the back.
Sogs is
look at
finally
Embo.
moving back.
Yeah, if you look at Embo, he's in the same position. He just shot down an opposition the last round. He's holding that north down, so there is no easy avenue, but if Teema knows the secret angle, they can actually completely bypass Embo's line by sneaking on the edge of the mound. Or a smoke can be thrown out to try and block Embo's vision. 2 options here.
Sogs is going outside. He might be able to get Shinobi here.
Yeah, here comes the flank from Sogs. Big play.
See Shinobi. Doesn't go for him.
Trade comes out between Embo and Teema here.
Oh,
We're
Sogs
down to a
runs...
3v4.
Sogs runs straight past White Knight. I don't think White Knight
Might
heard
get
him.
2 here. Might get 2 here.
Oh.
Or none.
Oh no, Sogs. Oh,
Very
lovely grenade
unfortunate.
from Antics.
Fantastic recovery. Very unfortunate from Sogs. Just a bit of timing there with how the play. Shinobi breaching now. Fantastic 203.
Gets voids.
Ops back out. Resets the situation. Moves in now. Onto Antics.
Gets Antics.
Gets him.
C4 out a bit late. Oh, gets another. It's just voids left. Down
Great
Shinobi.
nade. White Knight moves in.
And lovely peek from White Knight.
Oh, good shit. Good shit.
Wow, what a play from Shinobi there.
Only a single teabag from White Knight. Wow, the disrespect. I mean, that was a lovely push from Chrisness. It's just Sogs. Oh, fumbled. Could have won the round for them, but just missed Nolo. Unfortunate timing.
Absolutely. To dissect that play a bit more, we had earlier in the round Nova getting taken out in the north, which opened up the north for those players to rotate round. Later in the round, Sogs had that fantastic flank through the south horseshoe, and he had 2 players in their sight, but they weren't stationary. They were throwing util around, and as that happened, they were ducking into cover, and yeah, Sogs wasn't able to connect, and sharp play from the other 2, hats off. They managed to take him out, and fantastic breach from Shinobi, moving in, taking out a bunch of players and causing chaos on that objective, and pretty much securing that round for his team.
Yeah. And can I just point out, the scoreboard is very spread out. Sometimes you'll see 1 or 2 players really just stealing the spotlight almost, taking a lot of the kills, but pretty much everyone has, well, about the kills you would expect.
Yeah, we've got no players with donuts on the board. That's the main thing to point out here. A lot of players, they're all doing their work, doing their job. Highlights go to Shinobi right now with 6 and 4. On the other side, we've got Antics and Nova with 3 kills each.
Just ignore Sogs, I agree.
And Sogs as well. My apologies to Sogs.
I understand the rivalry, it's alright. Alright, moving into the next round.
But he, you know, his dad.
Ooh, quick spawn. Sogs' team.
Yeah, this South Shack objective is an interesting one. We'll have to see how Volks decides to spread out here. They could go into the horseshoe, they could push into the garage, they could extend into the west. Really curious to see what they do. And there it is, Shinobi moving up towards the horseshoe. We've got Teema moving towards the garage. We've got 1 western extender, being Nolo in this case, and the remaining 2.
Ooh,
opting to
lovely
stay
nade
in.
out. Oh, lovely from Sogs there, avoiding it. C4 out a bit early from Shinobi. That's a huge pick from Nova.
Fantastic coordination there. Sogs was close up. Shinobi was focused on them. Nova swings the corner and takes out Shinobi. We're down to a 4v5 situation right off the bat there.
Timmy, the only one watching Garage in the tower. I believe that's penetrable, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, the top of the tower is penetrable. You can definitely rain bullets through there. In the meantime, in the horseshoe, we've got Nova and White Knight aiming it towards each other, both aware that it could be a player on those Northern Heskos or the Horseshoe, but we've also got a 4-player split in the
Oh,
south.
Antics down to Timmy. Nova gets White Knight. It's all falling apart for Chris's team.
Yeah, what a stack in the south garage. It's not something very common. Teamer was an important player to take out, but these callouts will be coming out here, causing Chris's team
Not
to
yet.
adjust.
Yeah, you're about to get rasped like
Opting to stay quiet.
Interesting.
S-Dove could peak
Ah,
any
there we
moment,
go.
but there are people dialed in on him as well, so this could go either way, to be honest. It's a common spot, and it's penetrable as well.
And
There's a confirm.
He was actually down.
Antics' entire body is floating.
I'm
Let's
throwing
move
a
in on that
flashbang
very
down, you
quickly.
catch it.
Oh, gets tagged. He needs to
Somehow
be
remaining
careful.
alive.
I might be rasclap bomb fucked here. Oh, let me down.
Good smoke coming out. That should restrict some visibility.
Yeah,
onto
Antics
this
needs
push.
to move.
But Nolo could do some damage here. If they decide to peek at the right time around the other side, they could find themselves a triple here. Depending on how this goes down.
Loads of you still coming out. Skylar taking shelter inside. Oh my god, so many grenades. Oh, Nolo needs to be careful, Sogs.
Here comes the Pincer Nova moving to the north. 3 players moving on the objective. What a headshot from S-Dub.
Oh, Sogs just gets Nolo. It's all down to Skylar on the objective. Antics trying to go for cap.
Oh, S-Dub's not checking it. This is going to be a cap.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh no, Skylar.
Such unfortunate timing there.
Oh no. Well,
That's
I mean,
the thing with Snow Peak, right? The footsteps. It's snow, so
It's snow,
you've got to
yeah.
really be listening.
that was a lot of chaos, to be fair. What a gap from Antics as well. Let's not overshadow that. Very quick, especially under pressure.
Yeah, it was really quick. I mean, yeah, kudos to Skylar getting a nice headshot there, but the problem is the players came in from all directions, and maybe that was kind of sensory overload, right? Because you
Yeah.
had to focus on every direction, and before you know it, Antics caps in a few seconds, and we're down to 3-3. What a comeback.
Lovely push from Sogs' team there. Not, I think you're bang on right. It's not, you don't really see 4 people going through garage, like, ever. But yeah, I mean, they read Chris's team really well, and they pushed at exactly the right place where they didn't really have much defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Taking out Shinobi in that south
Oh yeah, I was
horseshoe
gonna
was very
mention.
important.
And it's such a shame that Shinobi's utility didn't quite connect. I mean, I'm not sure if you saw, but that grenade got tucked straight into the boxes. And Sogs, with some very quick thinking, ducked behind, moved lightning fast, as you would expect from someone that short. And the C4, it was a lovely toss, just wasn't that close enough. I wager it would have been maybe a bit better for him if he'd have pushed in a bit further and then tossed it, but who knows. Still,
Here we go. Round 7.
East spawn. Not ideal, but not the worst either.
This could be interesting because there's an early line here. On Chris's side, if they move to the sandbag that can face directly towards objective, they can catch the horseshoe player if they do not take the right route. So we're going to see what Sogs does here, and if he's going to get contested from the sandbag, but no one goes for the early peak quick enough, and Sogs makes it safely
Yep.
to the south horseshoe.
The timing. They might be able to watch him. No, the timing is so close. Oh.
Very interesting. Sogs opting to play outside. Is he going to be ready for Teamer? Teamer making an aggressive rotation. This is not common here. You don't usually move up here that quickly. But Sogs' attention is split. He's looking towards the horseshoe, but he's hesitant behind him. It's going to come down to audio here as well.
I'll be able to hear Shinobi, especially if Shinobi makes too much footsteps.
Yeah, Sogs using that little like divot in the terrain, hiding in the corner. Teamer also hidden thanks to elevation. It's a bit of a waiting game at the moment. We'll have to see if Sogs stays put. White Knight's going to move up and contest this shortly as well. Interesting. We're seeing a 2-2-1 split. One center, two coming on from the north and 2 coming from the south horseshoe.
Oh no, I think
Not
Sogs
a
is in a
bad
position
push.
here where as soon as he gets one pick, he's going to have to deal with the other one instantly.
Absolutely.
Fire from White Knight. Oh, White Knight almost kills Timmy. I think Sogs must know Timmy's there now. But he's focusing.
Sogs is dialed in.
Yeah.
Terrain's going to play a big factor here. Sogs is not going to see them until they start pushing out, because I doubt White Knight and other players will run out here super quickly, because they'll be worried about the Northern Hesco, which they're aiming at on the objective right now. But we'll have to see what Tima does, because Timo and Nolo are around as well, and we could get the sandwich effect here when they pincer around and take out Sogs. If Sogs takes out more than one, this will be fantastic for him.
I mean, I'm not... His chances here are not great. Oh, we'll be able to see Timmy soon. Needs to be careful about not clipping too much.
Oh my god.
Yep, sees him. One
Goes
tap
for
in
one
the
tap.
head. They're now... Oh, White Knight and Shinobi.
Nolo's dialed in. There goes the flash.
Gets Sogs. He's
I think
really
he flashed his
tucked in.
teammates as well. No, the team
Oh,
kill.
the team kill!
This situation working out very well for Sogs at the moment. 2 down.
Yep, I was going to say, we're going to see a flash go out.
Double U-turn.
Doesn't get Shinobi, though.
They're both flashed. Shinobi's flashed. Sogs is flashed. What?
One hand. Oh, it downs
The
White
U-turn.
Knight. I thought the flash didn't work. I mean, good on Shinobi. That's some balls right there, just running at him.
Let's just rewind there for a second. I said it would be great if Sogs could get 1 kill, but look what Sogs has just pulled off there.
He's weird about
I mean-
Skylar, though.
Yeah, the other team helping Sogs out a little bit, but we don't need to mention that.
A little bit. 2 players almost killed Timmy. One of them succeeded.
Here we go. Is
Oh.
Skylar going to stop this? Yeah, Skylar's focused here. Knows whereabouts Sogs is, but needs to stay focused. Sogs is moving. White Knight should be giving these callouts out.
Oh, if he just stood up.
South horseshoe.
Oh!
Echo 1.
The Echo 1 callout comes out from Sogs. They know it's a 5v1 here. Looking really good for Team Sogs at the moment. 2 minutes 20 on the clock.
What a
Skylar
comeback.
needs to pull off a miracle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never impossible. We never rule it out. It's not looking easy. Especially with 2 minutes 18
Yeah.
on the clock.
I mean, I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I would not bet anything on Skylar, even if he gave me the best odds in the world.
Yeah, the odds are looking steep here. In this sort of situation, what a player wants to do is work the map, want to rotate, get a pick, rotate, get a pick, rotate, but with 2 minutes on the clock, that's not an easy thing to do here. and
Especially on
at
such a
the
big
rate
map
Skylar's
as well.
moving,
Ideally, you'd want a medium map for this.
absolutely, and looking
I
at
think
Voids'
Void-
angle
yeah.
here, Voids has got this locked in, so unless Voids drops discipline right here,
Nope.
there's the kill.
No, you're right.
And there it is. That's map 1 going to Team Sogs. Very, very close. We got to see a round 7 as well. But damn, what are your thoughts special?
I mean, I'm just like, I mean, I had no confidence in Sogs. I mean, I think, yeah, what I thought was he was going to get a kill, and then both players either side of him would just flash him and kill him. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, that's the thing with these situations. It's two-sided because they had a perfect sandwich, 2 from the horseshoe, 2 coming in from the north. But the thing about Sogs' position is it's unexpected. Players are often expected to be inside the horseshoe, right? Or somewhere further up, but you don't expect them to be that far out, and that surprise effect came out, and Sogs was able to capitalize on that, and like I said, thanks to some unfortunate team kills that worked in his favor, he was able to clean that situation up and essentially bring that round home.
Right, don't forget to turn your night vision on. We're there.
Beautiful. I can see nice and clearly now.
Just don't leave it on for the next map. I've made that mistake before. Would you mind also doing team names? Thank you. South. I like this one. I always felt I like every objective on this map. I've even come around on Sense Platform after that cap on you lot.
Yeah, I remember that one alright.
I bet that's seared in your memory. I mean, it's seared in mine, to be fair.
Yeah, fantastic cap, absolutely.
Oh, it was all the team. Like, they pushed pretty much perfectly. I don't think I could have asked for anything better. Oh, no Kris no Kris name.
I am on the case, trying my best.
Well, your best isn't good enough. Do better.
Gonna have to bear with me here
You
as
got
I
it.
get used to the casting setup.
Quick spawn, and I didn't forget the overlay. Hell yeah.
Nice code, nice code.
Fantastic. South stairs special. Any thoughts on this objective?
At least
I love it. I
IQ.
mean, it's everything's gonna happen on main. It's sometimes the sex alley will take the shine, but I think it's all, yeah, 3 people going for main now.
Utility coming out.
Got them strats. Well, not really. I sold those strats.
Heavy Marsok presence from Chris's team contesting the back alley and the main street here. These players dialed in, waiting for any sort of a
Oh,
flank
Sogs
coming
pushes out.
Yeah, one's closer, right?
And it's down Shinobi. If he can get the confirm, that's huge. But three
Fantastic support.
people focused on him.
Here he goes.
Yep, he gets. Ooh,
Yeah, that's
Nolo
a high
flashes
risk.
Sogs. Oh, and he gets. Lovely push from Nolo there. Sogs isn't able to get the flash out in time. 2 down from Sogs. It's not looking good. Nova has to rotate from watching South to watching Sex.
That was a critical pick from Nolo because Sogs managed to extend. And
Ooh,
there's
trade.
a trade coming out on the main street corner. That's a 2v4 situation. But as I was saying,
yeah.
taking out Sogs was critical there because Sogs was dialed in on that corner. And if you can't flash and take out that player, they can cause a lot of trouble down the line.
Yeah, and it's a shame Embo traded with, on paper, the worst player to trade with, as he was only 1 shot after being downed. Oh, but look at Nova. This is a strong spot.
Let's see how Nova decides to play this. If they play it late and let these players think it's clear, it could work out. But no, there's the presence. They know they're here,
Oh,
but they've
strong
got support.
rotation from Voids. Oh! Nate goes out, just misses Voids.
Nova going for the extension. Was not expecting.
Guess one!
Nice two.
Oh no!
Nova calls out -2. Maybe they're calling out an earlier kill as well at the same time.
No, because Embo traded. So I'm not sure they know about that kill.
3v2 now. The odds are a little more even. We've got a 2-1 split here. 1 coming from the back alley, 2 on Main Street. Nova and Voids have both got split attention here. They're going to have to find their picks. There's no other way around it. Nova is
Yep.
in a really unexpected spot here. I mean, if Nolo goes for this peak and they do it slowly on the back alley...
Yeah, this is going to
then-
be tight. The issue with lying down here, though, is if they jiggle and you miss, you're a sitting duck. Oh, look at
Absolutely.
C4. Voice has a C4. Where is the C4, though? There. It's on the wall, on the corner.
There's one right on the
Ah, good placement. And that's very difficult to ID as well until you're really past in the line of
Actually-
sight.
It's not
From here,
ideal
it's easy,
because it means that anything behind the C4 isn't going to get hit.
I think if Voids plays this one late and hears him really close on the corner to him, he's not in ideal
Ooh.
positioning for that right now.
Oh, but look at Nola and Nova. Flash goes out, and they
Here's
missed the
a good one
flash! They flash themselves, and Nova pounces! And gets the swing! 2v2.
Really important kill. Now Nova can rotate and support Main
C4
Street.
down! Timmy gets flashed, but will one might be able to get it? What? Gets 1! Gets 2! Lovely clutch!
Oh my god. That was a fucking stressful.
Fantastic cleanup from these 2 players.
Some brilliant chemistry there. You can tell that they've been on a team together for a while.
Yeah, some very unfortunate moments there, especially with the self flashes coming out in the back street. And again, I think players getting flashed out on the main street as well. But nonetheless, good shooting, and they managed to bring it home in a
Yeah,
numbers
really nicely
disadvantage.
done. That one flash that Nova messed up, that cost them the round. Because if that went round, Nova, no, like one of the two. They've got basically the same name. They would have been a sitting duck, and the whole round might have gone differently. But we'll never know. We'll never know. It'll be interesting
Yeah.
to see if they get the same spawn.
Yeah, we'll have to see. There's no other way to put it. If you get the basement spawn, you are at a disadvantage because you cannot contest the market quick enough. So it is a disadvantage, but it doesn't mean you can't win. There's plenty of times my team and other teams have taken it from that spawn.
Yep.
And as we
And
say
they
that,
get the center
Guys,
platform.
do you remember drone with GCC? Like, yeah,
I actually quite like the center platform spawn now. The big thing is you have to, once you open your mind to all the different possibilities, it can help quite a bit. Because from center platform you have a lot of options. You've got south, you've got basement, you've got overpass. The only issue is north, which let's be honest is the most important. But I have won some fun victories. Oh, and the 2 Wrecking Crew players going for basement. Could only assume
On the ground, I could be wrong.
Yeah, Shinobi's
Yeah, we-
heard them. Oh, but what a oh Nolo and Skylar expecting this. I think all the Wrecking Crew players are on sex.
Hold on.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they're fully expecting the basement push.
We've got an even split here. 2 players coming in from the north. Embo and Antics taking the market, which is going to be free of contention here. No, none of Chris's team players are pushing in here, but Nolo is in the back alley, and so is Estov. So there is going to be a firefight here if these players decide to extend any further. The south stairs is locked down by Teamer, but nothing going on around there. Sogs coming through the overpass. We've got quite a big split here.
Nolo completely smoked out. They can rotate if they wanted to, but I'm not sure that's really what they want. Although I will say main is completely open. But once they get past first, like the south half, then you know they've got to deal with Shinobi, White Knight, and Timmy. So tall order.
Yeah, this smoke was important because Nolo can't stop that line that stops Antics and Ember crossing to the main street. But now, as this smoke dissipates, Nolo will be able to aim over the bin and look towards Ember and Antics' position if they decide to rotate back, that is, because they've already made it onto main street.
Okay, so Shinobi has a C4, but
Good coordination coming out from
there it
Ember
is.
and Antics here.
yeah, that's some really lovely pushing up. These two have been really solid almost the entire tournament. That C4, that is where I would put the C4, because you get a much wider range there, although it is slightly more visible. Although
We don't get a
think
team kill here.
that- expect it.
That was close.
Yep, got it. Loud and clear.
Free fire goes
Lovely
out.
coordination. I rate that one. Embo holding the corner as Antics moved up. Sogs linked up to them through the overpass. Main Street is now clear, well, at least close to the objective, but there is a flashlight on the Main Street corner. And Shinobi is there, like you said, with a potential
There
C4.
was someone there that better have got them.
There's no one here.
Oh, I think Nova's about to push out.
Yeah, here comes the basement push.
Oh, flash just frag. Sorry, just misses. Oh, and C4 downs
Oh.
Nova.
What a burst radius on that C4, catching players on the staircase. There's the revive.
Smoke out from the main push. Oh, and Shinobi gets 2. Gets 1 confirmed. Will he be able to get the third? He does get the third.
Wow,
All down to
fantastic.
Voids.
That's a 1v5. 1v5. Voids by himself.
Gets 1, but will the frag get him? Oh, so close. Can't quite get the
needs to get
confirm, and if
confirm.
he's not quick, Shinobi and Nolo are about to pounce.
Shinobi's hunting, rupping around full steam onto that back alley. Nolo's moving in for the revive here. Voids doesn't have long. He's going to have to do something here.
And it's a trade. Gets to confirm them in the process.
Some work there from Shinobi, right? On the main street.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Like I said, brilliant C4 there. If the C4 had been placed in the way it was last round, right on the corner, I don't think it would have got Sogs. It was a bit too far back. However, because he put it in a way that maximized death and destruction, he got both of them with it and was able to clean up the third. And genuinely, just lovely C4 play.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been seeing this become more and more common, especially in the VRML as the seasons
Oh, yeah.
process. That utility usage and that C4 usage with flashlights.
Oh, Phantom, we're
I
being
heard that
spoiled
gas
today.
special.
We're being spoiled. I don't think this is my
North
favorite
Stairs.
objective. However, it is arguably one of the best in the game. Maybe if you don't like pushing it, or if you don't like defending it, that's fair. However, I love both.
I mean, speaking of util special.
I mean, this objective, it really does come down to utility. I mean, if you remove utility, both teams have to play this so differently than what they would usually. But it's going to come down to the frags, the flashes, the smokes, the C4s, and even sometimes Molotovs.
Yeah, absolutely. There are many early lines as well. Marcel could launch nade from the market straight onto the north staircase and take out some players, and vice versa. When Volk run up the staircase, they can cook a nade onto that dumpster in the north alley, and both can take out players immediately. So it might come down to who's got the better utility knowledge and placement. We'll have to see if they decide to go north, that is. They could go 5-man south and throw a curveball. It's not impossible.
I think Nolo's going basement, but it seems like 4 are going north. Meanwhile, it looks like it's another 4-1 split. Sogs going into overpass. Meanwhile, 4 going north. Will anyone... Ooh, no one's going on the track. So they're going to be at a slight disadvantage here, as they're not going to be able to have any audio.
Yeah, that track is a common position to ID how many players come north. For those that don't know, Sogs going fast up that overpass. Looks like he's going to go for a flank play. Antics launching over the utility to try and clear that alley. There's no players extending. These guys are holding back in market and holding for any extension. Antics is going to have to play patient here, otherwise he's got 3 players dialed in on that corner.
Behind us.
We're going to have to watch out for Sogs though special. He's
Ah,
slowly sneaking around.
Underground.
Oh no, but so Shinobi heard Nolo, thought that there was one going back, but then realized
That's
it
done
was
it for
Nolo.
Sogs.
Oh no, but
That's
Sogs...
got Sogs to rotate back. Yeah, that's managed to get Sogs to rotate back after hearing that call out.
Oh, so wrong call out, really saving their skin there. He's now gonna be looking for
Interesting
Nolo though.
Very interesting pacing here.
Oh, sees Nolo. Oh, Nolo gets Sogs! That's a
And a headshot.
huge pick.
That's critical because
Might
now
not hurt.
Volk players are going to have to remain focused on that south side, and
Yeah.
there are possible cap avenues if any utility comes out like smokes.
Antics is playing with the C4 while Timmy pushes up. Be careful he's not clipping. Flash goes out. Might have got Antics. Yeah, definitely got Antics. Oh! Voids gets C4. He gets Timmy completely with that C4.
Yeah, the suicide C4 coming out. Unfortunate nade placement there. Void with a counter utility trying to stop that aggression onto the corner. But these players still taking it slow and conservative. Skylar, God of Shinobi, White Knight all getting ready. Void's more utility, gambling that they've pushed up on the corner, but again, these players taking it slowly. We'll have
I
to see if these
wonder-
guys return counter utility.
I wonder... Oh, 3 nades! All a bit too early. I think Antics might have had 2 C4s even on him.
Yeah, I'm fine, bitch.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Voids is slowly creeping up. He's going to hold that corner position. It is relatively meta, but being this far up the staircase is not meta, so it might catch some people off
Utility
surprise.
out. Flash gets Voids. Lovely swing from Skylar there, and just sees Nova as well.
Textbook clearance of the north corner there. They know where Nova is. They don't know where Embo is, so Embo's going to flash up and push over.
No, grenade up, and it just doesn't get anyone. Gets the trade, only a down trade though, all down to Nova. They push
Nova
out
clearing the
south.
objective.
Nova needs to die. Or pull off a miracle. There it is.
Nice shit.
Good solid push from Kris and his team there. And can I just say, what a pick from Nolo as well, shutting down Sogs.
That was
Ah, but
pivotal as
if
well.
only
because-
Sogs had flanked.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because Shinobi called out there was a player there, so if Sogs had gone for it, even if it was a wrong call out, Shinobi may have been ready for that, so we won't know what would have happened then.
I disagree. I think Shinobi, his defense was completely down. He heard footsteps, went on the alarm, but then dismissed it because he thought it was Nolo, which I think it was actually. So I think even if none of that had happened and he had no audio had been heard, he would have been more vigilant than he was in that moment. But yeah, obviously Sogs, I don't think he heard the second half of what Shinobi was saying. He said, oh no, it's just Nolo. So
Well, we'll never know.
we'll never know. I wonder if we're going to see a similar push from Sogs here. Obviously both teams have the exact same spawn, so you know what we're going to do every time.
Yeah, to dissect that play a bit more, it was very interesting. Those players decided to take it slow up that north alley. They didn't aggress quickly. They waited, and then they pushed up slowly.
Lobby gone?
We might have a lobby crash.
Must have had a lobby crash. Ah, no. You cursed us. You cursed us. You mentioned before we started the cast, you said, oh, do you remember when we had to, you know, rehost lobbies and find the exact same objective? Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, I should have kept my mouth shut, to be honest. I have a tendency to do these things, but...
Alright, well, gonna go to a quick break, so everyone doesn't see the code, while we get the lobby back up. Be right back shortly. Welcome back. Everyone's in. We're not sure what happened. We think either a hacker or the lobby just crashed. From the looks of it, well, they've asked to change the scores to 1-1, and then they're going to knife fight, apparently.
Interesting.
I wish VRML had this rule. That'd be cool.
Knife for knife. Knife on the north stairs. I don't think I've ever witnessed a knife round.
I mean, this is possibly, yeah, this is possibly the worst objective to have a knife fight on.
Did anyone say anything about utility? That's my question.
I don't know. I also don't know if they're going to knife fight. Because they could be lying. Because Shinobi's
They're all
gone
taking
off.
their weapons. Close
War
enough.
cries from Sogs' team. I think they just... I don't think they're gonna... I don't think they're gonna knife fight. Oh, Timmy
Good
gets
util.
flashed! And the flash doesn't go over.
Sogs going fast here.
Oh yeah, definitely not a knife fight. Yeah, these guys aren't cool enough for that.
Sogs gets the pick. Out comes Util, but landing on the ledge. Unfortunate toss. Secondary nade coming through again, but not finding anything.
Bickering like an old married couple.
Now it's Embo's turn.
Embo going round! Oh!
What?
Uh...
A bit of chaos unfolding there, but
Yeah.
nonetheless, it's a 3v3 on the north stairs with a bunch of nades. Nades? I can't speak. Nades exchanged.
I think Embo lost his mind.
Anything, or is he just used?
Voids and Sogs scavenging
Oh.
for any util.
Oh! Shinobi getting killed by his own C4, I think.
Yeah, one way or another,
Oh.
Shinobi's an explosive individual today.
Oh, white nice, still happy. Two flashes. However, you can just hold your tablet up in front of the flashes, and it's, you know, you negate them.
And there's that smoke placement as
Smoke
well.
out. Pretty
I mean,
good smoke. Oh! Grenade directly onto Nolo! Nolo runs into the grenades. I'm not sure what they were trying there.
These guys are storming down. White Knight pre-fire the attack squad, but it's going to be very difficult.
Sogs gets White Knight.
And not seeing each other at all, these players, just pre-firing.
Ah, I wonder if they're going to knife fight this round.
Possibly.
I just really want to see a knife fight now. They've put that in my head.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Two-one situation though. Round's relatively close. I can't say I've seen a dominant side yet so far in this,
Oh,
this match.
that's what happened. So Embo got antics with the grenade that he was holding. I was a bit confused.
Ah, okay, yeah, because there were a lot of engagements. Maybe the nade dropped and yeah, hit someone. Makes sense.
Oh, this is the knife fight. Hell yeah!
The weapons are dropped.
I'll sit. Okay, you know.
I'll sit in the nook.
Gotta make the most of this. Like I said, I've never seen a North stair knife fight before, so
I get okay. I'm not a betting man, but I am willing to bet Sogs will go for a drop shot. Or at
well,
least
we're about
one
to
of
find
them.
out. UK people first.
Oh, Shinobi. What a what a killjoy.
Shinobi opting for the gun. White Knight staying at spawn. Interesting round.
Opting to be a wuss. What the hell? Do we have a fun place?
Well,
can we kind of
What do we call this? Do we call it a half? A semi-knife fight? Well, I don't know what to call the round.
I know what to call it. A disappointment.
Cattle for Shinobi?
Fish in a barrel.
Well, one way or another, it's 2-2.
Yeah, we're lucky we didn't get the south objective here. If either team can get a cap off, we won't see another objective. Although I hope we do.
True, and it is possible to cap this one. It has become a bit of a meta to smoke that western tunnel out and push the objective very quickly with 5 men. If another team is
Become
not
the
capable
meta.
enough.
How old are you? Bro, that is like so 2022. From what I've seen, people tend to avoid that, or they only said 1 or 2 people. But we'll see.
Yeah, I've been around a little too long at this point for my comfort to be on the special, but
What season did you join?
I started playing myself in season 12, started playing the game in season 11, but joined the team, the newbies,
Right.
in season 12, towards the end.
Oh, so I'm older than you then. I joined season
Apparently
11.
so. Subtle flex, eh? Well, if that counts as a flex, it's your choice to decide.
Half sad, half flex. Okay, we're gonna see 3 going underneath. Let's see if you're correct and they decide to push up the maintenance exit. If they do, they're gonna avoid God of Shinobi.
Meta setup here. Void is holding that western tunnel exit. Same for Nova. Antics extending into the red room. There's no concern of any player extending into here before Antics, but look at Shinobi. He's playing the exit of those tunnels just at the intersection. And I've seen Shinobi do this before. I don't want to spoil the player that might come out here, but keep your eyes tuned in.
I remember this push from the last time these 2 teams met. And it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out. They've opted not to send anyone overpass. Shinobi gets Antics. That's why I don't like this tunnel, because that angle that Shinobi's holding there is just so dominant.
Yeah, Antics opting for the slow peek, paying the price for that here.
Yeah.
Going for a quick peek makes the most sense on this corner because there's only a sliver of Shinobi visible, but now the teammates, Voids and Nova, know about Shinobi's presence. I'm curious to see what they do. In the meantime, action folding out. Where is that? In the overpass?
Yeah, but there's no one in the overpass.
And Olo's right underneath. Hearing all of this, though, can call this out to their teammates.
Okay, so there is a hacker going round. Another lobby just got crashed.
Unfortunate. Nice coordination from Embo and Sogs, clearing both sides with that flash at the same time. Now clearing the horseshoe, Nolo should be identifying this 2-air team.
Shinobi might be able to see Embo. I think he's definitely seen him once.
Power rotation from Shinobi to come back up over here to the south double down. I think Nolo must have given the call-outs out, given that they're dialed in. Sogs and Embo opting to play for that north double down where Tima is located right now. Tima might engage them very, very shortly. In the same time, SW and Boys are right on top of each other.
Lovely push, but if he doesn't confirm him soon, Nova will be able to get it. Get the revive, and might be able to get Skylar as well. Oh, lovely grenades!
One more service.
Now they need to worry about
Fantastic
Shinobi
cleanup.
and White Knight and Nolo. Nolo pushing up.
This might be a power play from Nolo.
Oh, if he just peeks, he'll be able to get 2 of them doing something I can't show on cast.
There's the headshot onto Shinobi from Voids. That clears the objective reason.
Nolo gets 1! And gets the other one!
Horseshoe.
What a push from Nolo. It's now down.
Fantastic cleanup.
Oh, Nolo gets voids!
1v3 now. We've got Tima watching the north side. We've got White Knight looking on the south side of the cap. Nolo on the center. Nova is completely stuck here. They're going to have to pull off some very, very sharp shooting or a rotation. 2 minutes 50 on the clock.
Good
They have time.
rotation.
I think it's White Knight's going to hear this rotation and should ID it. Yeah, there's the call
Yep.
out from White Knight. Calling out service. They should know Nova's going to come through the basement now. And the pre-fire coming out from Nova to clear their corners. Yeah, Nolo's looking in that direction, but nonetheless still standing somewhat in the open. Drops into the tracks.
I wonder if they quite... I don't know, I wonder if they don't know kill count. Because otherwise they should know Nova is in the basement. Although... Ah, so Nolo's gone to clear it. See the carnage.
Called out so far. There's 1 dead on service stairs and 2 dead in horses.
Oh, look at Timmy.
Oh, Timmy moving down. Could be a power play.
A lot of power plays. Oh, lovely headshot there.
Brilliant. Good map awareness, good game knowledge to make that rotation.
Yeah, some
Give the call out from their teammate.
Brilliant rotations from everyone there. Although it didn't play out, Shinobi's rotation into the south double down was really strong. He would have been able to get Embo if Embo re-peaked. And obviously, the highlight of the round, Nolo. Was it Nolo? Yeah, it was Nolo. Nolo on on overpass, moving up and getting 2. Which is good, because they were
Yeah.
doing some very unchristian things.
I will not comment on that. But nonetheless, that play from Nullo is a common one. We've seen players like Shadow Warrior and Imperial utilize this in the past. You go down into that tunnel, play off audio, and when you realize the players go towards that north overpass staircase, because that's the safest way to push out, you slowly creep up the south side and shoot them in the back. So that's why you've always got to be aware here. And in the case of Sogs and Embo, they were both shot down.
Well, yes, they were occupied.
Again, no comment.
It's going to be interesting to see how Chris's team decide to push this.
Absolutely, we'll have to see if it's a basement heavy push here, or if they're going to opt to go heavy through the west main, just like the previous round, or if they're going to have a split and explore different avenues.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen all sorts in this tournament. I can't remember which team it was. I remember it was Galbers and Jason, so whichever team they were on. Galbers pushed through the north, and Jason pushed through the south, and everyone else pushed through either basement or overpass. I can't quite remember. And they got a cap off of us from it. Galbers just launched through the north, catching everyone off by surprise.
Yeah, those players you mentioned, Jason and Galbers, they're veterans of the game, and they were around when the old meta was to take different avenues, like the surface, such as the south staircase, the north staircase, and those players still sticking to those values and catching people off guard, because it's not so common these days.
Classic onward values.
5-man basement coming out.
Oh, I think... Okay, I owe you an apology. I think they're going to do exactly what you said.
We're about to find out.
I will say that whenever I've tried this these days, it just gets shut down immediately.
Yeah, the player base these days is very mechanical and skill oriented, so they're ready for these quick plays compared to the previous base that was, I'd say, more methodical, strategic.
Yeah, a lot slower. A lot more susceptible to these kind of pushes, but they're not going to go out of service.
Yeah, we've got a 3-man stack in the red room here. Teamer moving forwards as Nolo holds the long line. Good play, but Antix is playing on the position I very much love myself here, holding this extension.
Oh, you're a nightmare on this push.
Yeah, one of my favorite places to play. Although I have to say, is he crawling up?
He's
Sneaking
crawling
up
with a
with the utility.
Or a grenade. Grenade.
There goes the click.
Oh, I see the C4 on the wall there. That'll probably get the C4. No, too far.
Voids is holding that clacker for dear life.
Yeah,
I think he's
this
going to get Shinobi clearly here.
Unless Shinobi goes insanely quick around the door.
Or slowly and crawls out the door and hides, and Voids doesn't see him because of the door frame.
While Antix...
Oh. Antix is now peeking. He knows where White Knight is.
Oh,
Gets taken
great.
out with the headshot.
-2.
Sogs gets
Sogs.
2. Oh, where the hell did he come from?
He must have gone around the back. Fantastic play. Embo takes out Teamer in the meantime. But there's still 2 more in this basement exit here. One is knocked down, goes for the
lovely
peak,
from
gets taken
Nolo.
out by Nolo.
Nolo having such a great round. Remember, Shinobi got 4 defenseless idiots, so he's only on 1 kill. Nolo Nova, I wish these 2 would stop interacting because it's difficult for me. Oh, what a hold from White Knight. 2v2, this is very clutchable. And especially with White Knight on fire, not White Knight, sorry, Nolo on fire. White Knight, he hasn't had a chance to prove himself, but he will now.
Nova's playing at the bottom of the north stairs there. This could be unexpected for Nolo and White Knight. It really depends on their awareness to the situation, and that there may be a player down there, because if Nova goes for that peak, they may catch 1 or 2. It's very possible. We'll have to see if the coordination comes out from White Knight and Nolo here.
They're going to need to push together here.
Yeah, Nolo's going for it.
Takes 1 out.
Unfortunately, the coordination wasn't quite there, so there's no refrag from White Knight, but nonetheless, the situation is reset, and we're down to a 1v1 here on this street. Well, a 1v1 in this specific part of the map.
Flash out. Nova taking the opportunity to rotate out. White Knight might be able to pick them. No, they've gone down.
I think Voids will be ready for this play here, but they're not actually peeking this, and they're playing it late on the objective, which makes sense. They want to play out for the cap, but their teammate needs to be aware of this.
Oh, Voids knows exactly where White Knight is. I will say he has picked up his C4, so White Knight needs to be careful, otherwise he might get some high explosives raining down on him.
White Knight needs to be careful when he's checking the top of that overpass, because he could get shot in the head as well, accidentally. Well, not accidentally, but without being aware himself, yeah.
Oh no, I accidentally won the round. God damn it. Flash out. I didn't quite see where it went.
Seems like both these players are dialed in correctly. Nova looking across the North double down to White Knight's position, and Void was
Oh,
looking
grenade.
from West Main.
White Knight, take the grenade, no!
Unfortunate utility miss there.
Oh, it breaks my heart when people miss utility. I'd imagine there is. He's got a lot of utility he could work with if he goes back and loot corpses.
2 minutes 14 on the clock.
It's
2v1
possible.
situation.
Definitely
White Knight's
possible.
making audio though. That's going to give away to Nova that White Knight's here, but this is off meta here from Nova. They're just expecting White Knight to make this push and push up, and at that point Nova's just going to shoot them. Looking very difficult to deal with here.
However, White Knight does have utility, so if Nova makes noise, White Knight be able to guess where Nova is. Ah, no, but they've gone down.
Even if White Knight knew where Nova is, this is still very difficult to clear. It really depends on how Nova decides. That utility, if they saw the utility fly over, that might be...
Lovely peek from Nova, though. 3-3! Oh, it's match point!
Going down to another 3-3 situation. Well, not... Yeah, 7th round.
Oh,
We're seeing
no.
the 7th round once again. Same objective?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Not ideal.
We'll have to see what they decide to do.
Yeah. Look at... press enter. Look at all the kicks.
Ay. Yeah, I feel like these guys have a little bit of talking to do and
Yeah, they've
sorting
got...
stuff out between them.
Sogs just left. I think they're going to go rehost.
Logical, makes
Yep.
sense.
Alright, well, we're going to go to a... I mean, this might take a bit of a while, so I'm going to go to a break. See you all very soon.
I do it every fucking time.
All right, Timmy, do that for do it for about a minute and then rotate back in. All right.
Yeah, in the meantime, we've got the basement objective here. Going to be an interesting one. Really curious to see how Chris's team decide to defend this. I mean, interesting one to debate special. Would you call this a Volk advantage? What do you think?
Sogs did on a side note, no one laughed, right?
This is the nichest reference you could.
I haven't watched the side note.
Nah, we'll both die.
Here's the aggro. Molo's going for the aggro into Red Room. They don't know he's here though.
Oh man,
As you were saying, headshot from Nova. High risk, high reward. Because Shinobi in the same place. Can he find another one?
Yeah. Nade a C4 at the
Sogs
end of
corrects
the exit,
Antix's
and then
mistake
swing round
and goes
behind
for the
him.
quick peek, not giving Shinobi any chance. This is not going to be easy for Shinobi here, because he's going to get the pincer effect. The thing is, this C4 is going to be blown up as soon as Antix peeks here. As soon as Shinobi sees anything, he's going to blow this up, and that's going to be Antix going back to the tent. If Shinobi's ready for this.
Traded.
One of the best case scenarios there for Sogs' team.
Let's slow down. Somebody keep holding flank.
Yeah. Sogs' team has cleared out the basement exit at this point. White Knight is in a pre-fireable position. When I exit this tunnel, I always pre-fire all of the tracks. Ooh, in between the tracks. Interesting 203 though. Sogs' team. What a pre-fire. And the third one!
Maybe -1, not sure.
I mean, special, we can never speak too soon, hey? Because the pre-fire. Slightly unfortunate Sogs' team didn't learn their lesson from walking into bullets there, but nonetheless, they should know for the next round.
Guys, I'm just dropping here to wish you guys the best cast and the best of luck. You guys have been killing it. I know millions and millions of people are benefiting off that, so you guys have just been doing God's work.
Left
I
side's
just
gonna
love
be
you from one of you.
like far back in the cubby for you.
Oh my God. Did you mean that?
He's off. Enjoy your daily dose of Schmidt, ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe I killed 2.
Going back to the game at hand right now, we've got Voids crawling through down that south double down.
Minus.
But the flashlight, yeah, the flashlight, that's going to be difficult for Voids here. Skylar is ready for this position. It's common for Voids to do what they do. I mean, the pre-fire could come out and they could take this peak and equalize the situation. Is there any C4? It's not impossible, but at the same time, they're going to have to take Skylar out quickly and hide again quickly before the refrag comes out. Slow peak may not do the job. Yeah. The play here is to pre-fire Skylar's position and then deal with Timmer before White Knight can do something, but it's not easy. There's the pre-fire. Oh. Right, so Sogs' team took the first map 4-3. Kris's team takes the second map 4-3. What were we saying at the start? Hey, special? Of course.
Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully you should be able to hear me now. No, that wasn't ideal, but we're going over to USS Quest. I personally love this map, but I've heard a lot of people don't. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's an interesting one because it's definitely close quarters combat, but you have got some really long lines in the mix as well. So, though it is CQB and fast paced, you still require that coordination, especially. And yeah, I mean, it's not recent anymore, but the map had a bit of a graphical overhaul as well, right, Special?
Oh yeah, I can't remember when it was updated. It's been a couple of years now, actually. Very much like the introduction of the pirate flag. And a lot of League players got their names on some of the boxes, I believe. Or some League players. I'm trying to find it.
Shout out to Evolution Shipping.
Anyway. Friends don't let friends jiggle. Anyway, moving in to round 1.
We've got that Western objective coming out for Chris's team here, which is, dare I say, sometimes relatively cappable. If there is a cappable objective, it's either this one or the one that's connected to Red Lane OBJ. If the smokes come out...
But it's going to be Shinobi defending objective. Timmy close behind him. Going to be watching for the gutter push, but it's going to come out.
Shinobi being the explosive individual he is, be ready for some C4 tosses. Shinobi extending to the double containers here. I think Sogs and Embo might have heard that here. They've slowed down, but...
Oh, look at the
no
line
guarantee.
from Shinobi to Nolo with White Knight and Skylar in the middle. That's going to be quite strong, especially seeing as they're doing a very strong... Oh, shots out from Shinobi, just misses Sogs.
Embo using that to move up.
C4 out!
There's a C4 toss!
Oh, Embo just moved at the right time.
The C4 has been utilized successfully. Nade comes out a little too long. Good try from Tina.
Antics pushing White Knight.
One, maybe two, red.
That calls it out here. That's going to have to be
Oh,
careful
yeah,
here, though.
Defo 2.
Antics has been going for these prone peaks. He did it in Subway as well, and he does seem to be getting some
Whoa.
success.
trade.
There's a
Those
trade.
accusations.
That was an important pick because that opens up objective a little bit. He's still got Skylar.
Oh, lovely pick.
Antics gets White Knight.
Skylar can't quite get the refrag, but there's only one person on objective. If Embo can get Timmy here.
Skylar is also focused on Antics. Ember has a chance to get
Flash
him.
goes out, gets Embo. Skylar and Timmy
Flash.
focused here.
Team is moving up slowly. Embo might not be aware of this. In the meantime, 3 coming out from Red Room.
Oh, Flash gets all 3! And it's a trade!
Good trade from Voids there, shutting down that. That was dangerous. Team are now slowly moving on to Embo in the meantime, slowly crawling around with no audio.
Gets him
Good
in the
pick
bum.
comes out.
2v2.
We're down to a 2v2, even Steven.
This is an interesting role reversal. They now have to defend from the south. This push. You don't see this quite often, to be honest. Oh, Nova gets Timmy. Flash gets Antics. I don't think it gets both of them.
Skylar taking advantage of the smoke, right? Moving back. Not going to expect the duo peek from the exact same box, so playing into donkey space here. We'll have to see if they can capitalize and take a
That's not
kill.
a term I've heard before. Donkey space.
Yeah, that's from, if you remember Fata from the good old days.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a common term he used himself when a team does something unexpected that almost seems silly, but they do it on
I
purpose
see.
to try and surprise the team. We call it donkey space.
Yeah, makes sense. I just call it being an
Skylar
idiot.
doing the right thing.
Oh, just misses the rotation from Nova there.
I'd say call it a smart idiot because sometimes it can make sense depending on the
definitely.
circumstances.
I mean, that's one of the best way to deal with you lot, because you guys plan for the common stuff quite thoroughly.
Agreed, agreed. I mean, if you can catch us off guard, it's not easy, but if you can, then it can work for you.
Well, it's definitely not easy. It's only worked once. Oh, Antics just misses Skylar. Revive goes
Nova's
out.
now wrapping around.
Antics gets tagged.
We're seeing the sandwich effect once again here.
Oh.
Skylar's not ready for Nova. at
Oh,
all.
goes for Antics and gets picked off by Nova. Lovely team play there. Antics took... Basically, Antics was the diversion while Nova wrapped around. I'm not sure how coordinated that was, but it was a lovely piece of teamwork there.
Yeah, the lack of coordination actually fixed this round up a bit because they took out Shinobi on the objective, created an objective scare, and then brute forced later in the round through the red room region or red lane region.
Yeah.
And that change in coordination actually kind of worked out for them because they were able to catch Nolo by themselves. Voids traded them out.
Yeah,
and
let's
then, you
hang
had a
on.
role
Let's not downplay Voids there. I mean, all 3 of them were flashed. If Voids didn't get that trade, that would have been the round over.
Yeah, that's very true. If Voids hadn't got that pick, that could have been 3K. So, good job from Voids. I don't know if he was flashed or
He
if
was
he
flashed.
was just becoming unflashed.
All three were flashed. That was a perfect piece of utility from Nova there. Was it Nova? Nolo. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so 1-0 up to Sogs' team. Both sides have taken a map. This is an important map, right? Because the next map is match point for the winner of this one.
I also, again, just want to point out, very spread. I know it's only been 1 round, but everyone's doing their part. Everyone's done quite well. I mean, this is such an even matchup.
Think about right, this is
We really are going to go to midnight, aren't we?
Hey, onward is onward. I don't mind a bit of action. Good fun. I'm curious to see this pack coming out from Kris's side. I wonder what sort of push they're going to opt for. It seems very identical right now.
Yeah,
3
same
heading towards
spawn.
the red line side.
I think people quite often forget there are 2 Marsok spawns here.
Oh, the smoke's come out early. Potential objective
nade
push coming out early.
Only 1 smoke actually made it to objective, although that smoke onto the triple box is going to be quite good. Oh, look at White Knight and Nolo pushing Voids here. Voids in a very common but strong spot. When I just makes it past, Voids gives himself away.
Why not?
Pre-fire battle, and Voids gets the drop shot.
Fantastic drop shot. Love to see it come out. Unfortunately, there a bit of a miscommunication, or should I say, coordination from Nolo, not being able to get the refresh.
Nade from Sogs, perfect onto Timmy, but Timmy was inside a box. So it wasn't able to
Nova's
get
doing a
anyone.
good job of holding this objective down, but Shinobi now sneaking round on that corner. But
Oh,
Nova's ready for
Nova.
it. Gets the kill. Sogs and Nova are nicely aligned here. They've kind of got a crisscross angle here.
Nolo
I
needs
think
to be
Nova
quick.
is aware. Where did that smoke go? I heard a 203 launch.
I'm focusing entirely on this push. Oh! Nolo choosing to avoid voids, which is not easy to say. And going south. I think. Oh, voids! No!
That's unfortunate. It's down.
Minus 1.
Yep, Sog's
Just
able to
like that.
rotate. But it's only Nova on objective. If they're quick, they can pull this off really quick. Right. Okay. Yeah, I just say something and then immediately regret it. Both
Oh,
players
that's
here.
the-
Wonder what. So Skylar needs to get his butt moving. Because both Nolo and. Oh, the flash goes off the side of the ship. But I think Sox knows that.
Is Nova going to be ready for this peek from Skylar? Same thing, exact same thing Shinobi did here as well. They're both aiming at each other, but they don't see each other.
Last one on link.
Yep, there's the kill.
That's objective down. Timmy's quick.
Oh, Antics
It's
is down
Antics
as
on the
well.
rotation. Embo on the gutter. If Timmy can get this might be a cap. Oh, Embo gets Timmy. And Skylar opting to go and help
Fantastic, Embo.
Nolo.
Sogs gets the headshot onto Nolo there.
He's very happy about it.
2v1 situation. Skylar is by themselves here, doing some good work this round. Still not impossible. 2v1 situation with 3 minutes 28 seconds on the clock. If Skylar rotates round, gets a pick, and rotates again, and resets the situation, it's definitely doable for sure. They've just got to bide their time and try and catch these guys making a mistake or getting impatient.
Yeah, I have just remembered, I'm not sure if you saw, but earlier in the tournament, Sogs did clutch a 1v5 on this map. So it's very much an uphill battle for Kris's team, and I can see why Sogs decided to pick it. Oh, he might be able to get
definitely makes
Embo.
sense. Oh, the timing on that.
Embo's not careful.
I like this play because you can sneak up onto objective, but the question is, will Embo peek this gutter later down the line?
Yeah.
And if so, will either player be surprised?
It's high
Because
risk, high reward.
even as Skylar, you may not expect a sudden peek after you've been crawling for 30 seconds, right? You may not expect Embo to peek that. So we're going to have to see what he does here.
But look at Sogs. Again, another high risk, high reward, just walking straight through the middle. Obviously, he's very exposed. However, I think this will pay off for him. Because I don't think Skylar's going to expect someone just to be in the middle of nowhere, donkey play, as you say.
It's quite possible that Skylar will take out Embo, but what I'm curious about is if that happens, what's the reaction from Sogs going to be? I think Sogs' position is unexpected, and he's got lines onto this avenue, so if Skylar does go for the objective, Sogs will be there to shut it down. But as I said, that Embo's now turned around. Embo's got a 50-50 split. He keeps looking towards red, and he keeps looking towards this gutter area. And what I like to say is if you're watching two angles, you're watching no angle, really, unless you get lucky. So We'll
I
have to
mean,
find
yeah,
out
but there are
what
lots of
actually goes
angles
down.
like that where it does come down to luck. Oh,
Is Skylar opting to take the long way, or is they going to go up this ramp? That's the question. Sogs seems to be dialed in. It's almost as if he's anticipating this, because it makes
yeah.
sense. If you think of it from the player's perspective, red lane has been cleared, the center is quiet, so there's not very many places Skylar can be. So Sogs is smart for taking that into consideration.
There are also moments like this. Sorry, there are moments like this where gets Embo. Sogs immediately jumps into action. Misses though. And it's a trade and Sogs wins.
Speaking of clutches,
That was close. He missed those first few shots.
yeah, going back to what I was saying, exactly like that. Embo had the risk of being taken out due to watching two angles, and the critical point was if Sogs could swing and get that kill, but we had a bit of a whiff there, and then Sogs corrected it and cleaned it out. Even though it was a trade, it went to Sogs' side, so good job to them. Very, very close, though.
Very close. It could have gone either way at the end there. Well, I mean, it really did come down to the wire, as it was a trade.
Ooh, looking at the objective special, this one is the red lane objective.
We are really being treated today. Now, I know it's common to see a very heavy red lane push. However, I almost think it's not worth it. All it takes is one or two players that are good with utility, and they can shut down the entirety of red lane. Earlier in the tournament, again, I think it was in this matchup. White Knight just did the most perfect pair of utility tosses I have ever seen. He threw a flash. It got, I think, 3 of them. C4 down 2 of them at like both either ends of the range of the C4, and then cleaned up the third one. So I wonder if we're going to see White Knight trying to recreate that.
Shout out to White Knight. What I love to see for this objective is faking a red lane push, smoking it out, diverting the team's attention, and then pushing along that gutter section of the map and from the other side, and really confusing the team. That's what I love to do with my team.
Yep, same. But then if you put someone who's good at capping on the red lane, once the real push gets shown, you can send someone for the cap, and it looks like it's going to be 2-1-2 splits.
Relatively common split here. Great 203 smoke coming out here because that cross they've blocked for Team is
Antics was pushed down. Oh, but Timmy gets Antics. Oh, lovely pick from Shinobi. Timmy gets Embo. Oh, and Skylar gets Sogs. It's all down to Voids instantly.
5v1 in the first.
Oh, it's over.
My goodness. That's it.
Slaughter. Absolute slaughter. Everyone doing their part, apart from poor White Knight, who wasn't given the opportunity to recreate his moment. But I think did everyone get with there? No, I think Timmy got 2, didn't he?
Yeah, kudos to Kris's team there because those guys they shot so well, so well, and they hit their shots, and that's exactly why you saw what happened.
And I only saw out of the corner of my eye, but I believe Timmy, he dropped down onto the gutter, got one, and then wrapped around and got another one, which is not uncommon, but it's a very strong push either way.
Yeah, that's something I like to do myself on USS Quest. I'll play between the Lego bricks you're looking at right there, and then eventually just drop down and sneak around and try and find a couple of kills. But it is high risk, high reward, so it's important to play off the information your teammates give. And yeah, if it's a quick push like what happened, you don't have a lot of information, so you usually take out 1 or 2 and end up trading yourself.
I think that also... okay, this is... I mean, I was watching a documentary on the Roman Empire, as you do, and that is very... what I saw there is very similar to ancient battle tactics, in the sense that Sogs, he had a very long, thin line, you know? No one really pushed together. There was always... it's pretty much 5 individual pushes, but what we saw was the left flank got completely crushed by Timmy. They flanked rounds and just completely shut down the push, which is what we would see thousands of years ago.
We appreciate the history lesson special.
Oh, you have no idea. One time there was a long break and I didn't have assets, so I just talked about history for like 5 minutes until the round actually started.
This is what we can do in our future breaks in the cast. You can give us history lessons.
What lessons would you give?
Oh, I think I'm gonna have to go with computer science on that one.
Oh yeah. Well, I could do the lessons. I suck at it. Anyway, it looks like we're gonna see Sogs a common position now. Pushing very strong. Is that to worry about Timmy though?
They're so close to each other right now. I don't know if either of them know they're there.
Oh, Timmy gets lovely headshot onto Sogs. Nolo gets
Fantastic.
antics.
Embo in a pivotal position here. They're watching the cross onto that gutter region over there.
Flash
And
out.
same-
Oh, but lovely grenade from Nova.
Fantastic, but that revive could come out. Nova hasn't got a clear avenue to get that revive, so if Estov moves up slowly, Embo is in an important line here.
Oh, Shinobi gets Embo, but Void gets White Knight. It's now a 2-2 push. Well, 2 and 1.5 push. Nova slowly making their way up. If they peek now, they might be able to get Skylar. But Skylar will be able to get them.
Or good nade from Voids, but very, very close, but just about misses.
Revive goes
Red Lane
out.
is getting intense. 2v1 situation here.
Oh, lovely piece of utility there. Lovely. Cooked to perfection. And that's objective open now. Voice needs to get the hell back. Gets back into time. He would need a miracle to win this one.
If Timur and Skylar wait here, wait for
Oh,
the teammates to wrap
perfect
around,
flash. So objective,
Good
they
smoke
might
as well.
try and go for the cap here.
Voice is going to have to push to clear this. He doesn't
He
have
has
a
to,
choice, and that's
yeah.
going to be the kill.
Gets one.
Oh no! I
Doesn't
stand
see the
corrected.
second
He
one.
has
Gets Shinobi, and he gets shot in the back. A valiant effort. Timmy very happy about that. Lovely push from Voids there. He did the best he could in that situation, really. If only he had anticipated the second one and swung. But I wonder if Nova early in the round called out a -1. And I bet Voids knew that he thought there was only 2 left and thought they were only on the left.
Well, Void's bringing out that Roman spirit in him, going out valiantly.
I mean, I'm not sure if you've learned about the Punic Wars, but I mean, Rome, Jesus Christ. Anytime their army got wiped out, which happened at least 3 times from my memory, they just built up another army. It's mildly unrelated, however, but it does show the indomitable Roman spirits, which, you know, Voids was showing, you know, fighting until the very last moments. And
Yeah, going out honorably.
yeah, the scoreboard is showing that 6 kills, 4 deaths. Again, everyone doing their part. Oh, I just seen Timmy's 7 kills. Jesus.
Yeah, Timmy having a good map. USS Quest seems to be their place.
Yeah, but so both teams clearly have favoured the different objectives, but now we're going to the other side of red lane. Now this is the objective Sogs clutched on. Will we see a repeat? I'm not sure. I mean, I hope so, because it makes for good television.
A cap is not impossible if a player gets inside the green container. However, getting there by itself is a struggle, because I expect the Volk team to extend. Players like Shinobi, they like to push up. We saw them push up halfway up the map earlier with C4, so
Wake up early.
it won't be easy.
Looks like he's going to go red lane this time. With the flashlight as well. White Knight, unfortunately, back on objective again. Oh! Oh! Nade almost got 3 of them. Nearly perfect.
We're seeing a 3-2 split here. 3 players going up red lane. Sogs
I-
in the center of the map, right in front of Nolo, and Nova
Oh, look
staying
at that
back.
grenades. Nearly got Nova. Oh, but look at the push.
Yeah, Sogs is going to struggle with this one.
Alright.
Oh, I stand corrected.
Some lovely pre-fires. Antics. Oh, C4 running a bit too early. Void's narrowly missing death. They have control of red lane. White Knight could rotate. I'm sure he will. Shinobi gets antics.
Embo goes for the refrag.
Oh!
Gets also taken out. Shinobi single-handedly clearing out red lane. Still Voids there, though. It's not over yet.
I mean, in theory, Voids could go and sneak cap, but that's very ballsy. Sogs slowly moving up.
Nova has also got plenty of space to move up. I mean, Skylar is now moving, so that might make things more difficult, but Nova can move up and get relatively close to the objective with Sogs as well. The only problem is Skylar or Estov, really. If they can take this player out. Shinobi's now adjusting their attention as
Oh,
well.
lovely pick. Void now he basically has objective to himself.
That confirm needs to come out on Shinobi pretty quickly before the callouts come out.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Okay, we might see a sneak cap here. It's all up to White Knight and Skylar. But if
Skylar is the pivotal player here. If they
Oh,
don't, if
lovely
they manage to take
smoke.
him out, this will be a cap if Skylar gets taken out. Oh, White Knight.
Timmy gets Sogs. White Knight pushes up. Lovely push from White Knight.
The coordination needs to come out here. Voids needs to wrap around at the right time to try and get this pick.
I think he hears White Knight. Get Skylar. All down to White Knight. Oh, Voice gets the pick, and Nova gets the other pick.
Holy fuck.
Fantastic shooting.
Another lovely clutch from this duo. Void's now on 8 kills, and Timmy also on 8 kills. It's a race to the top with these two.
Yeah, fantastic red lane clear up there from Voids. Definitely wasn't easy. The odds were against him there. Takes out a number of players there. That kill Nova got on Shinobi here was also pivotal because Shinobi was clogging up this approach, but after they got taken out and then confirmed by Sogs, that really opened up this avenue from where you saw all those smoke placements come out.
Those smokes
And
were
Skylar-
perfect.
Exactly, and Skylar was the only avenue of defense that was holding from this Lego container here, and as soon as they got taken out, White Knight had to crash, and yeah, that's what you saw Voids clutch up and take those two players out.
And Nova was able to get Timmy, I believe, on the gutter.
Yeah, it all came back together at the
I
last
think
second.
it's really unfortunate, but Shinobi, he didn't know Void was there. He thought red lane was clear because, well, Void, he just stayed silent completely. After he initially pushed past that door, he did not make a single noise until after the round ended. And that worked in his favor because Shinobi didn't know he was there. He thought he completely cleaned up red lane, and so he focused entirely on center.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation that plays with a game sense because you usually expect 2 or 3 players in red lane, and when you've taken out 2 and it goes quiet, you do sometimes in your head assume that you should focus on other avenues, right?
Yeah. I'm really disappointed that White Knight keeps getting put in, well, very defensive positions. He's best utilized when pushed up. I've seen him do some excellent plays when he's going aggressive, but he keeps going on objective.
Well, we'll have to
And-
keep our eyes tuned
yeah.
to see if anything changes.
Anytime this week, if you want to start on
3-2 situation here. Team Sogs looking to take this map. They have the defensive advantage as well. Things are looking good for them, but, you know, we just saw a Marsok win, so it's not impossible at all.
Yeah, but they pulled, forgive the vulgar language, they pulled that out of their ass. You know? Like, all the signs were going in the favor of Chris's team. Let's see, Antic's going a little bit aggressive here, but not too aggressive. He's going to be dealing with Shinobi very soon. Nate just a little bit short on Shinobi. Timmy going up in the gutter again. Oh, look at Nolo. Very aggressive with the Vector. Going to deal with Void again. Oh, he gets a trade. I don't think Skylar's going to get there in time. Yeah, both Nova and Sogs going for the confirm.
Yeah, Sogs will confirm this before anything can happen here. We've still got Skylar in red lane, but the problem is they have gone a little bit slower than their teammate. Not quite synced, but nonetheless, it's still not over.
Oh, Antics gets White Knight. It's now down to Timmy and Skylar. Am I crazy, or did... I think Shinobi dropped.
Fantastic kill from Antics in the meantime, dropping down into that gutter, taking out Timur, I believe. In the meantime, S-Dub, aware of Antics' position, but now the problem is they've been ID'd, so the whole team to converge on their position is quite possible. Not an easy scenario, but the first play here would be to deal with Antics, but as I say that, he is now rotating away back towards the objective, so the situation is reset with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left, and S-Dub is going to have to get 4 kills.
Yeah. Well, as we saw with Sogs previous in the tournament, it's definitely possible. I also will just add, he's going to have to do exactly what you said earlier. Get one, rotate, get another, rotate. And this, unlike Snow Peak, this is a prime map for this. Especially with Antics and Sogs being in very aggressive positions. But not too aggressive, although Sogs is very nadeable. Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely. Skylar might
Oh,
be able
he's
to
called
get
out.
Sogs if he goes for any line.
Sogs calls about. Goes for the peak, nearly gets him. They also don't know kill count, which is interesting. Oh, because Shinobi dropped. Yes, we definitely saw... I'm going to guess his headset died.
I mean, it's not possible. We've been having some long rounds here.
Yeah. You mean
Looking at
impossible.
positions. Yes. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is not going to be easy. Antics'
No.
position is the first one S-Dub will need to deal with if they continue this approach. Or Sogs, possibly. It really depends on how they maneuver around these containers. Sogs might get a line, or, you know what? Skylar might get a line onto Sogs. It's not impossible. It's a very, very sneaky line under that door.
So this is why being a short king is the best, because Sogs won't be able. Skylar won't be able to see Sogs looking underneath, but doesn't matter. He's rotating. I reckon red lane is definitely the best play here. It's completely empty apart from Embo. If you can get Embo smoke objective, then Sogs' team will have to crash immediately.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy here because you've got Nova, Sogs, and Antics all converging on that spot. So you might be right. If he goes and gets Embo and then rotates again and resets the situation, that may be the way to go. But looking at the time, we're down to 2 minutes 50 seconds, and it's not easy when you're in a 1v4 situation because it's very easy to burn down that time. You don't really know where players are. You've given up a lot of the map. You've gone back to spawn. You haven't had a choice.
Oh, Antics.
So they could be anywhere.
Antics rotating, going for the flank. This is some very good restraints on the whole from Sogs' team, not trying to push for those last kills. But again, they don't know it's Echo 1. However, I think most players who've been playing for a while will be able to guess when it is Echo 1. Because when you just hear nothing for 2 minutes straight, you know, you can almost certainly guarantee that it's just the one person.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see Sogs' team is getting some important information here. Antics moved down the gutter, cleared up to halfway along the map. Sogs is also there. I think these teams are starting to guess that we've got a player in the red lane because Nova has started to dial in that way, Embo's dialed in that way.
Yeah, but Sogs
even
isn't.
Sogs. Yeah, Sogs is facing that way, but they can quickly turn around if needs be. They can still get picked off, and they might get picked off, but that'll be enough to alert the rest of the team.
Embo's line. Sky can get Sogs here, that's huge, but he'll need to rotate.
Timing.
Goes for the headshot.
And the head tap.
This is a brilliant rotation. Will Embo expect it? I think he's going to keep holding the line while Nova holds red lane. Antics needs to hightail it back to objective pretty quick, or go for the flank. Either way, he needs to commit to one.
Embo could just hold this line he's holding right now from the blue container, and he doesn't actually need to peek.
Oh, no!
Oh!
Team kill. That might be the undoing. It's now very possible.
It's looking very tough because if you look at Nova's line, they've got that locked in, and Embo has also got the line locked in.
Oh,
if
but
these guys
Skylar might be able to see them first. Oh, but the feet! The feet gave him away.
But what the fuck?
And with that, Sogs' team take this map, putting them at a 2-1 advantage overall for maps. And next map is going to be map point, or what do we call it? Advantage.
Match
in this
point,
scenario. Yeah.
We're seeing a near complete repeat of the previous match these two have played. The only difference was Snowpeak, but other than that, I haven't had to change anything really.
Yeah, and this time we didn't get that 4-3 scoreline that you were dreading, but just 4-2. So
yes, but
going
it's been
down
2
a little
hours.
bit.
I mean, this is long, even for 3 maps. 2 hours is a long time. And now we're gonna have to go through at least one more map, so it's gonna be a while.
The question is, what do you think will happen? Do you think they will equalize again, or do you think this will be it?
Well, so the viewer in me hopes it goes to map 5 because that's most interesting. The caster in me really wants to go to bed.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, either way, there's a benefit for one side, so that's the important thing.
I wonder what's going to happen with Shinobi. Will we see any reservists use? Well, actually, Nova is reserving, so they might just go to a 4v4.
Interesting, we'll see. Have to see what these teams decide between themselves and take it from there.
Going to Suburbia. At the start of the tournament, this was easily the most popular map.
Yeah, lovely map. CQB as well.
I hate it.
Oh, really? Interesting. Why would you say that? Interesting.
I just don't like it. I don't like how everything is penetrable, pretty much.
That's valid. That's valid. It creates for some interesting plays, though, so it really does depend.
This is the one map I've ever gotten an ace with a single C4. So it does say there's a slight soft spot.
Yeah, I remember your playing when you play by the the burning building.
Oh, yeah.
I remember you commonly sitting there with a C4, and as soon as you hear anything, you just launch that C4 over onto playground. Notorious play.
Just getting some word on the Shinobi situation. You can't rejoin the lobby, but you can join others. So
Might have to go for a rehost here. Then
seems like it will be a rehost.
Yeah, this will be an interesting map regardless, though. There's lots of avenues to play this slow and play for time, but
Yep.
also you can really just use the smokes and just try and steamroll the objective and play it quickly, relying on your mechanical skill. And like you said, pre-firing through those bushes. So it really depends on the teams that play this.
Yeah, it's going to be a rehost. Okay, well, we'll see what objective we get after the short break.
Brilliant, exactly what we needed. Yeah, I think a rehost counter has got to be peak. In the meantime, we've got 4 out of 5 players on Chris's team in the lobby. Sogs' team is ready to go. Looks like we've got Shinobi back in the game, so he will be back and playing again. We've got the red car objective in the north of Suburbia. This is an interesting one. I mean, you can see a number of different approaches the attacking side can take. One common play is a smoke wall along the lane 1 side of the map, where the teams will actively try and smoke their way across and move. Another one is just to create a smoke wall on the objective itself and either push into that smoke or use that smoke to try and get the enemy's attention and try and pick them off from elsewhere. And then I'd say the last approach is to play it down to the wire and look for those picks across the map, and base of that try and find the suitable avenue to try and get to the uplink or take out the enemies. I mean, those are the really only approaches I can think of. Unless you have the enemy team aggress very heavily, pushing up lane 4, lane 2, in which case that can lead to a whole bunch of different situations. Perfect. Chris's side, starting on Marsox, Sogs' team is going to be defending. I'm really curious what sort of defense they go for here. Is it going to be aggressive? Will they extend up to the white car in lane 4? Or are they going to stay passive and just watch that cross to the objective? With the flashbang. White Knight needs to react here. Oh, Sogs is ready for White Knight as well. Teammate needs to turn around and get Sogs here. The damage is being done heavily by him. Pivotal shutdown, but I want to bring your attention to Void's position, a very off-meta position in lane 4 by the sandbags. In the meantime, Embo taking out Nolo in lane 1 by the Humvee, I believe. And now we've got Nova at lane 2. Void's doing a brilliant job to stay in cover there. But yeah, his time may be numbered here. Oh! Voids and Sogs cleaning up that round there. Sometimes an off-meta spot is what you need, right? Yeah, you can definitely make that spot. There is only one spawn, which is behind the spawn house. Yeah, I gotta add that to the list of spots. I mean, I can't lie, I'm aware of that one already, but nonetheless, you want. Yeah, it's possible, but it's high risk, high reward. If you play against a good team, they will check for that. So you've got to be careful. But in these sorts of but what I will say is, in these sorts of tournaments where you don't really know the teams you're playing against, they don't have strats, so to speak, they don't have like season-old strategies, then in these kinds of situations, you can't really know what people are going to do, so you can't really be prepared. So I think Voids took good advantage of that, and as we said, possibly playing into donkey space. It's important to remember here, Sogs' team is 1-0 up here, and they've got a 2-1 lead overall. If they manage to lock in another point, they are one more spot closer to that 3rd place championship. Sogs is wasting no time. Good rotation from Skylar to move away from there. There's 3 players tuned in on him. We've got 2 players dialed in. Oh! Oh my goodness. Fantastic nade placement. Teamer needs to stay dialed in on lane 1 here to try and stop these picks or confirms coming out. But as we say that, the lane 4 smoke wall is coming out. We spoke about lane 4 smoke walls earlier. These smoke placements aren't ideal though. Players can get across, but the problem is... Oh, a double-sided smoke wall coming out. There's the confirm onto Teamer. We're down to a 1v4. That's one. But the problem is, lane 1 has made it across. So very, very shortly. A very, very interesting style of play from Sogs' team there. No problem. Happens to the best of us. True, also true. Yeah, going back to that round, it was very interesting style of play from Sogs' team. They really pushed heavy on lane 1, obviously got a beautiful frag, and then they pushed very heavy on lane 4, got those smoke walls in, and really pressured that defensive side into coming out their spots and getting those picks. There was some very awkward positioning. You had, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Skylar on those lane 1 fencing there, and also we had a player lane 1, and one nade managed to take them both out. Teamer's attention on lane 2 was split completely, had to focus on lane 4 and lane 1. Really, really difficult to deal with, and yeah, that pincer came from both sides with the smoke wall, and it worked out really well. A crane wing formation.
Someone watch lane. Someone watch lane 3 in the beginning. I'm gonna watch lane 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, this lane 2 pre-fire from Teamer is pivotal, but no one's peeking the slide, so they're not going to get any picks here. Shinobi locking down the lane 4 push. No players have pushed yet, but as we say that Embo is getting close, will he stay behind the bus? That's the important thing. In the meantime, the double nade again. We have 3 downs. Ambo now extending towards that lane 4 white car, but almost there. And the trade. Shinobi now moving in. He's moving in for that revive, and we'll have to see if Timur and Estov can be revived safely. It looks relatively safe. Don't see any extensions coming out.
Give me your syringe.
I think Kris's team needs to reset here. They need to reassert their positioning, get some coordination going. Maybe they push along lane 1, a couple players go lane 4, maybe one goes lane 2, and they try and catch these players off guard right now. Yeah, this is unexpected if you go lane 1. Yeah, I think he was. Well, there goes White Knight. 1v4 situation, but with a possible revive if the timings are right, and it looks like they might be. Skylar will get this revive. Not impossible, but not easy. Void is about to shoot Teamer. Oh, Teamer makes it across, but the information is there. Now we've got 2 players aiming down lane 4. That's Nova and Antics at the same time. If Teamer decides to cross back from lane 3, you've got Voids. If they decide to go the other way, they have to deal with Antics and Nova. There is no real easy way out of this, but Got to keep an eye on Skylar in spawn house. We'll have to see how. They're going to have to work the timing here. We don't want Teamer to push too early. Oh, Teamer using the dead bodies to try and surprise Voids. Will it work? Beautiful job. Skylar now moving up towards Sogs. Is Sogs ready for it? The trade comes out down to a 1v2 situation with Antics on the objective and Nova still playing that same position.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a very valid point. Oh. Is Timur ready for this line?
There we go, good shot.
Good long-range shooting from Nova there to be dialed in. In Timur's defense, that's a difficult line to be prepared for because Nova blends into the background a bit there as well. But nonetheless, good job by Team Sogs, and they're 3-0 up. They're 1 point away from taking that third place position. Yeah, absolutely. It really depends on the start of the round, to be honest. If Volk aggresses and you land a couple of correct flashbangs and you find yourself a couple of picks, it really is quite possible. I mean, I have two different ways I like to play this. If you get the far spawn, the northern spawn, I like to hold down every single lane. Lock lane 2 down, lock lane 3, lock lane 4, find some picks, and then rotate around. But if you get the quick one, then it's nice to try and take center house, progress up the north side, progress up lane 1, and get that spread.
Embo, go hold lane 4. I'm gonna hold the slide.
Sogs, do you want me to do the free fire on this?
Why am I?
Right through here.
Absolutely the right thing to do here. If one holds from lane 2 watching the slide, a player watches lane 4, and maybe you have one player extend into lane 1, it's fantastic. You can really dial in and lock that one side. Oh! 3-4 situation. Oh, Nolo goes down. He's ready for this though. Could get Sogs as well. Fantastic pick. Equalizes the situation. Oh, Skylar makes the right choice here to rotate because Nova was coming around. Good counter. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, they shouldn't get over aggressive here, but Skylar might catch Nova off guard here, playing into donkey space. Yeah, I don't know if the players are getting tired or they just want to spice things up, but whatever it is, we're getting some good action. Oof, so much went down, I couldn't tell you honestly. I was all over the place. Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth. At one point, you had Sogs' team have the advantage. Then you had that beautiful utility come out from Kris's side, taking out Voids and getting another pick. And then it went to Kris's side. And then, yeah, from there, Skylar went with that beautiful flank to the white car and took out Nova by surprise, who was moving to the red car. Like I said, playing into donkey space. Yes, especially because it's unfortunate that the objective is not by the Humvee and it's actually by the car. Because the Humvee, you have some chance of smoking and going for a cap.
You can try your ult if you want, but like, I'm not that
I don't want to go there. I have 10 lab. I gotta go in person.
Very curious. Mm-hmm. Sogs might get grenades himself. Teamer might be able to stop this.
I can't.
Yeah. Oh, but Shinobi with the counter of the counter. Yeah. Critical pick. Kris's team having a good situation at the moment. They need to try and confirm Sogs before this rebound comes out. Yeah, I think Sogs will get confirmed, but Embo is dialed on it as well, so Nolo might just get taken out. They can't go recklessly. I think the right approach is, like you said, either White Knight or Shinobi moving up to the sandbags and getting this confirm. There's a confirm. 3v4 situation, the odds looking good for Kris's team. Estov has got Overwatch from Middle House, or did. Shinobi's watching towards Humvee. Nolo is ready to strike. The pivotal point... Absolutely. The pivotal point for me is White Knight here. They need to sync up and not push too soon. A little too soon from Nolo there. The rest of the team should wait and sync up together. Maybe launch some smokes onto objective. Oh, that nade! Too far. Good smoke coming out. Hurting Embo a little bit. Is Embo going to lock back in on that corner? This is going to be on the timing. Is Embo ready for this? Oh. 3v2.
Lane two.
There goes the nade. Oh, flash. Only got hit. Yeah, I think it's pivotal to take Antics out here as well. Maybe you come from lane 4. I'm not sure what the correct approach is here. It's not very easy. Maybe you get him from lane 2. White Knight and Antics having a back and forth. But you need to find that pick. They don't know where Voids is. They know where Embo is, but still very difficult. They need to find a kill. Oh, flash. Both are dialed in. Oh! Can Shinobi get Embo? Oh, fantastic. And with that, Sogs' team takes the last map 4-1. And what does that mean special? Does it? Is this not it? Sogs was... Yeah. Well, Sogs' team proved they're the better team tonight. I mean, kudos. Yeah, absolutely. They really kind of went away with Suburbia. Though it was close at points, the scoreline is still 4-1. But the other two maps were very, very close. Both teams did try hard, gave it their best by the looks of it. Absolutely. Oh yeah, some fantastic nades. That nade in lane 3 stood out to me when it went straight over from the slide all the way to the red car. That was fantastic. Yeah, it may have been. And also, don't forget those two double nades. The one in lane 1, and then we had another one. Both coming out from Sogs, I believe. Yes, that one was the one by lane 1, and then the other one was lane 2 by Sogs. Yeah, it's not common that you see a piece of util making that difference in the round, right? It's not always the case, but in this case, 2 kills with a grenade. Fantastic. My pleasure. Thank you for having me.